All right, everyone, welcome to another Let's Talk Credit. Looking forward to it, and we're going beyond credit again. We've met before with our beloved Celia DaniEL, and now we had an excellent opportunity to end up in Las Vegas. Las Vegas was beautiful. I really enjoyed it, had a great time with you and everyone else, and we really
Yes.
enjoyed ourselves. And so hopefully next time you all get to join us again. We will be in Atlanta coming up in the 11th month. I will give you all the dates, the times that you all can be there with us. If you're in Atlanta, come see me, come see us. This is real, and we're changing and adding to people's wealth. What we offer is generational wealth, leaving wealth to your next 10 generations. And let me ask you a key question before we get started. How would you like to retire your children before they're born? Right? So that's what we're going to be talking about in Atlanta. We're watching people being able to have retirement fund within 2 to 3 years versus having to work 50 years. We are watching people who had would not have had a retirement and now have a retirement, and we're learning how to leave generational wealth to our children's 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 children, and happening in real time. And we're watching this happen before our eyes, as well as now we're learning the secrets on how to retire our children before they are born. And so if any of this touches you, I advise you to meet us in Atlanta. You can text me, you can hit me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or you can feel free to text me at 312-767-3740 to get more information on that. And so we can get started working with you to help you be able to retire your children before they're born, leave generational wealth, and have a retirement that where you don't have to go back and get another job at McDonald's or Walmart. You can actually retire for real. And so, with that, no further ado, we're bringing forth our beloved sister Celia DaniEL for an update from our last conversation. And so, Celia, welcome. How are you doing this beautiful evening?
I am fantastic. If it could get any better, I don't know. I'll be tickle pink, tickle pink, tickle pink.
Outstanding, outstanding. That's wonderful. And so, you had an opportunity to go to Las Vegas with me, right?
Yes, yes.
And so, how did you enjoy yourself there?
It was phenomenal just to see so many people whose lives have been impacted by MWR
Hmm.
and who are excelling in this industry and making a difference. Not only are they making a ridiculous amount of money, but they are impacting positively others' lives. And so I was really, really blessed to see and witness so many people who are just kicking butt and taking names, as the old saying says.
I got you. I got you. So that's beautiful, beautiful. Because, right. So many people's lives were changed, utilizing our services, doing the things, and working with the experts. They were able to win
Yeah.
at what it is that we're sharing with you all. And so, the next thing that I wanted to do, I know before I want to do a recap on utilizing the services. So before you had done your W-2, you had started on your credit repair, right?
Uh-huh. Yes.
And then you moved and you were working on your private reserve accounts where you're becoming your own bank, and you were working on your DCFA account, which is becoming your own bank as well, correct?
Correct.
All right, great. So
Mhm.
you've added to that scenario now. Now you got the you doing lowering your bills, so you're getting all your bills lowered now, correct?
I, I step one step further. I've actually took not only lowering my bills, I've actually accomplished one so far. I'm still working on that, but I was able to reduce my cell phone bill $30 a month. Now, if you calculate
Outstanding.
that, that's $360 a year. So every little bit counts.
Every little bit counts to go
Yes.
towards your bank.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
so you did that, you did the and you also are looking at the housing now, correct?
I
So you're
am.
able to get the house with no credit check and all of that. You're in the middle of that process.
I
So,
am waiting for the
but
experts.
but there was an update, and the update was you were going. into you were working on your diversified cash flow account becoming your own bank, but now if I'm not mistaken, you have become your own bank. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So I just successfully paid off, well, I opened up my diversified cash flow account. I
Hmm.
took 7,900 and some odd dollars of credit card debt that I've paid. So I've literally saved around
So you've
2,000.
eliminated your credit card debt is gone?
Yes. Now I'm
Outstanding.
paying myself
How,
back. It's going to take a year and 11 months. So I took off 4 years and 9 months of
mhm.
debt that would have been paid. I would have paid over $2,043 in interest that I've
Mhm.
actually saved. And
Mhm.
that amount, instead of 4 months, 4 years, excuse me, and 9 months, I will have paid it back myself in a year and 11 months.
Outstanding. So what's going to happen? So to break that down very simply, what you're saying is that you opened up your own bank, right? You
Yes.
then borrowed from yourself at the interest rate you chose that you wanted to borrow from yourself. You then
Yes.
paid off your all your credit card loans, right? And
Yes.
now you're paying yourself back. When you pay
Yes.
yourself back, instead of ending up in a deficit, you will now end up in a profit. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So, in other
Absolutely.
words, you got paid basically for paying your bills. In other words,
Absolutely.
most people make money. I mean, most people, when they pay their bills, they go broke because they pay their bills. You're actually going to end up with a profit for paying your bills. And I want people to
Absolutely.
understand this is how the wealthy think. The wealthy make money when they pay their bills. The average person goes broke or in a deficit when they pay their bills because there's two universes when it comes to money. And inside these two universes, when it comes to money, there's one universe designed for those that are in the public sector or don't know. And there's the world created for those that are in the private sector, right? The ones in the private sector, they create rules, right? And if you're not aware of these rules, but they create rules so no matter whether they're spending money or whether they're saving money, they win. And
Yes.
so what we have done, what we've been blessed with is an opportunity to be able to go in and be able to learn these rules, apply these rules. And actually, we have experts that are going to apply them for you, but you're going to learn the rules. The experts are going to apply the rules because they already know how to do it, and you end up on top winning. So I just wanted to make that clear. That's outstanding. So now you're on a win-win trajectory. You're going to have generational wealth because the DFCA accounts and the PRA accounts, you're going to be able to win and be able to now have you're already set up. In other words, this is and it's so exciting to me, so excuse me, but you're
Me too.
already set up to leave generational wealth for your generations for the rest of your life. How long did it take you to set this up?
I started, I think, the latter part of May.
So we're looking at what, one, two, three
May.
months?
Yes.
So in 3 months, you changed the trajectory of the future of your entire lineage in three
Yes.
months.
Yes,
This
sir.
is extremely powerful. People don't understand. They really don't understand how powerful this is. But you just changed the trajectory of the lineage of your lineages or your lineage for
Yes.
the rest of their life, for like
Yes.
10 generations deep. And you've done that
Yes.
within 3 months' time.
Yes, sir.
And that's just touching the tip of the ice.
I've only tipped it.
You haven't even just talk about the meeting we had with Ike. What did Ike say? Ike said something so powerful it was ridiculous.
You know what? He said so many things. I think one
No,
of
I
the
want to.
things.
This is what I want you to talk about. Let me just be all the way clear.
Okay.
When he said they don't, they're just telling us little stuff right now. We don't. There's so much more, right,
Yeah.
that he has to offer. So, do you remember
Yes.
that conversation?
Yes. I've only tapped in a portion of the benefits that I've just created. Only a
On the
portion
DFCA account only. We ain't even talking about
only.
all the other components. We're talking
Correct.
about just the DCFA account.
Yes.
There's hundreds of more components just inside of that that's going to make her so much more money.
Yes.
But they said they don't want to confuse us, so they didn't teach us
Right.
that in the beginning, right?
Right. And my head can't wrap around all of it anyway right now.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'm really excited about what I have done, what I've accomplished in a short time, and I'm not expecting this is not going to happen overnight. It's a process. I have to be committed, and I'm committed. I have to be disciplined. It is requiring that as well. And so, but I'm here for the journey, and the journey is I'm gonna reap the rewards and the benefits, and I'm so excited about that.
And the discipline is basically following exactly what they told you to do, correct?
Absolutely,
And that's
absolutely.
it. It's not
Mhm.
hard. It's just a different mindset
Yeah,
because we've been walking in the public sector all of our lives. And don't feel strange. 99% of people on the planet do. Only
yeah,
1%, the wealthy 1%, even know these rules. And the other thing is the reason being is what it normally costs in order to get this information. So
mhm,
now you have this information at the cost of that the average person can actually afford. You're getting information that only billionaires know. And so it's going to make all the difference in the world. And when you really get it and understand it, you're going to understand why the wealthy are wealthy and the poor are poor. Something as simple as when I pay my bills, I make money instead of I'm losing money. That that sounds that's a total different universe. Your mind, most people's minds can't even wrap around that conversation, right?
right.
Let alone try to comprehend it. So it's very rare. You have to be extremely intelligent. And I'm noticing this that you have to really have some type of life experience or you have to really be intelligent to walk in this conversation. And so that is credit to you to be able to be intelligent enough to be able to pick this conversation up and be able to run with it the way that you did. Where in 3 months, your family is generationally free now. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. Creating a legacy. That's my whole that is my whole purpose,
I'm
creating a
clear. Mine
legacy.
too. We on the
Okay.
same page.
Yeah, changing the trajectory of tradition, and
Absolutely.
tradition is good now, mind you. But there are some traditions that need to be changed. And so when you know better, you do better.
We got to walk in truth, not tradition. And that's key. I mean, don't get me wrong, culture tradition is good. You're right. But I'm saying we got to walk in truth. And so we're realizing that we've been lied to so much and deceived into walking in a way that is totally destructive to all of us. And so we finally found a way out. And you were just wise enough to pick it up. Only some will, some won't. And that's
Yes.
okay because everybody has the right to be able to leave their family, future generations wealth, and they have the right not to. I just plan to be on the side that's leaving the generational wealth. You have joined the team of leaving generational wealth. And others out there who are wise and intelligent enough to see that will also join and do that as well. And so I'm looking forward to that. So what I want you to do is I want you to walk through the journey, and I'm not going to interrupt you anymore. I want you to
That's
walk
okay.
through the journey from beginning to end in these 3 months. How you came in, what has happened, what you've learned, and what's beneficial.
Well, it's a journey that I'm definitely enjoying. One, I reduced my amount that's been taken out of my check
Hmm.
because my check is not enormous, so it's minimal, but every bit counts. I've
Hmm.
I've downloaded the Hurdler app, which allows me to do immediate deductions. I don't have to do anything but just key in when I'm going on various MWR prospects. I key
Mm-hmm.
in my miles when I'm doing my other business. I do my miles, I put in where I'm going. It immediately does all of the deductions. I have an enormous amount of deductions that I'll be able to upload and let the experts figure it out when I do my taxes. I
Mm-hmm.
have did, of course, the debt elimination. I've opened my DSA. I'm taking advantage of all of the resources that I have access to. It doesn't make sense to have access to it and don't utilize it. It just doesn't make
Absolutely
sense.
not.
And so when I told you I'm
You're
taking advantage
exactly
of
right.
everything,
Yes.
I
Take advantage of everything. That's right.
am.
That's great.
Yes. I,
So
mhm.
go ahead. No, no,
So
no.
I'm
Continue.
really excited about the fact that I've cut out the middleman, and
Mm-hmm.
now I've successfully. I didn't expect it to happen this fast, but I've successfully taken care of some major credit card debts that I needed to eliminate, and
Mm-hmm.
cut out the 29 point some percent interest,
And you
which is
did that in
crazy.
4 days, correct?
That happened after I got through all of the application process and all of the preliminary work. It literally took approximately 4 to 6 days. Absolutely.
Right. After you got the DCFA account.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Go ahead.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I did that, and I was able to accomplish that right before I came to or went to Las Vegas. So that was really exciting for me.
That's beautiful.
And the next step, the next phase is I want to be able to invest in a props and property, and so
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting on that. That's the next phase.
Great. That's wonderful. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. So now it's just moving forward in what you're doing. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is you won an award, didn't you?
I did. I
You have it
did.
with
It's
you?
so exciting. Wait, yes, I do.
Outstanding.
Road. I got the Road to Wealth, Celia DaniEL, Conference of Champions, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah,
Road
hold
to
that up so
Wealth.
everybody can
So
see.
I was rewarded for um, doing the work, utilizing the resources that I've invested in, because it's an
Mhm.
investment for me. I'm pouring into myself, and
Yes,
yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was unexpected, but I was extremely honored and excited for them to acknowledge that I'm taking advantage. And I was surprised, a lot of people, they invest in something in themselves, but they don't take advantage of all of the resources, which, so they
Absolutely.
acknowledge that. So I'm excited.
And they do. And that's, to me, that's the most important award you can get. Because a lot of times awards are given to you for what you've accomplished as far as personally, as far as what you've done for you, or what you've done, like you really what you've done for you mostly is what the award's for. But when you get an award for leaving generational wealth to your future generations. There's no there's no award to me that's greater. And the reason I say that is because this is not about you, it's going beyond you. This award is saying you have broken the curse of poverty in your family forever. And this is the power behind what it is that we have. See, I don't care where you go. Most things that you're doing, I don't care if it's the IRA, the 401k. I don't care if it's an investment fund. I don't care if it's stocks and bonds. I don't care what it is that you're doing. I don't care if it's your business. It doesn't matter. The only thing that most people have been able to leave is the hope of that child having a job, or the hope of them working in the business. But when you can take and retire your children before they are born, when you can truly leave generational wealth, now they're able to go get the job or do the things that they want to do, not that they have to do. And that removes that removes the barriers that cause stress, death, early death. You know what I mean? All of those things, it removes those barriers that would cause that, and now allows your family to thrive. See, you can be a person, or you have become a person that has actually changed the entire trajectory of the future of your family's lives. And that's what everybody's looking for. They just don't, some people realize it, but they don't understand that this is the vehicle to do it. Some people don't even realize that it's necessary. They haven't lived long enough, or they don't have enough life experience. And some people just, they just won't do it. But either way, you have beat it. You have overcome it. You have gone to the next level. And so your family is going to definitely uh thrive because of it, right?
Yes,
And so
yes.
there is no war to me that could be greater than that road. Read that again. What does it say? The road to wealth?
Road to wealth.
Road to
Wait a minute, I'm
wealth.
sorry. Let me see. I think I missed the word. Yeah, it says Road to Wealth, Celia Daniel. In other
Road
words,
to
I'm,
wealth. That's
yeah,
right. But not
I'm
that
on the
you're
right path.
not that you are not that you have that you're on that you're like, in other words, not that you're on the path to get to the road to wealth. No, no, no. You're literally
On the
on the
road.
road to wealth. So now your wealth is building, and that will last forever, right? And even no matter what happens in that account, if the stock market drops, your money stays the same. If it goes up, your money goes up. And so you're in that position now. You're your own bank now. You can borrow from yourself now. This is extremely powerful. People, I'm telling you, and people are sleeping on this. I don't know how long this information is going to stay public. I don't know how long we're going to have an opportunity to be able to take advantage of this at pennies on the dollar. But I'm letting you know right now, if I was everybody, and I did, I would be banging down the door. I banged down the doors to make this happen. Came in, you banged down the doors. I'm telling you, I would be banging down the doors. But
Yes,
hey, as you find, some people just can't understand generational wealth. And I'm not worried about it, because my generations are going to be taken care of forever. Your generation is going to be taken care of forever. We're sharing this information because we pray that so many other people have the same opportunity, right? And
right.
so, with that, what did you get? What was the number one takeaway you would say you got from the conference, this conference?
You know what? Several things. One, I love the new concept, and that was where lifestyle and legacy connect.
Absolutely. That's
Uh,
powerful.
that
Powerful.
that was extremely powerful to me. And
Hmm.
then we are on the verge. There's approximately, we're only tapping into $1 trillion industry.
Yes.
And I don't,
A 1.9. No, a
one point,
1.09, right? So
yeah.
one,
And I'm looking at my notes. I was trying to find my little notes, but yeah, I mean, the fact that and we're
no, it's
only just
$1.5 trillion industry.
$1 trillion industry.
Correct. So the
Um,
crumb
just
on the
crumbs.
table is all you need to get paid. And
Yes, yes.
that's
And here's the
creating more
thing:
money.
we don't know who or what people are watching you.
Hmm.
They're watching you.
Always.
My nephew, I took him to get, we have a date once a year to get ready for school. That's TT's thing. That's our plan.
Hmm.
And uh, he said, TT, he said, I don't want you to spend on the money. I said, no, I have cash that I'll be able to pay. I said, not as much because I'm having to pay cash because I just paid off my credit card debt.
Hmm.
I said, so we limit on what we can get this year. But he said, I've been working and he said, tell me what that was that you're doing. I said, we need to have a conversation with your mother. So he's absorbing and
Absolutely.
seeing what I'm doing. I said, you know what?
And the
You
children
are
will
going to be,
learn faster. The
I said, you're
children
gonna,
will learn faster because they don't have all of those lies built into them. So, in other words, we've learned this is how I pay my bills. This is what a bank account is. This is what I get. We've been indoctrinated with that. That child has not. So he can see this makes sense way quicker than most adults can. As a matter of fact, the wealthy start teaching their children this at 10, 11, 12 years old. So we're
yes.
that far behind. So being 50, my age, right? Being 50 years old and then hearing this information
Mhm.
at 50, I'm 40 years behind
Yes.
the wealthy, the wealthy in this country
Yes.
because you, I mean, they learn this at 10, at 11 and 12 years old. So they learn how to function properly inside of this system, right? And so
Right.
it's no different when you're talking about, for those that understand the sovereignty conversation, it's no different than when you're talking about sovereignty, except this is the right way to do it.
Right.
This, what there is legal, you don't have to go through all those rigmaroles, ups and downs, this and that. When you understand this, you're literally leaving generational wealth for your families forever.
Yes.
Literally. And this is how the
Yes.
wealthy walk, and this is how they get through what it is that they're doing with paying no taxes legally, morally, and ethically. It's powerful. It's extremely powerful. So walking on the private side or in the private sector, but on the private side of life is much
Mhm.
different than walking on the public side.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
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 So
I'm anticipating on, I can't wait till I've positioned myself to do the trust. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna
that's
be,
even,
yeah.
I forgot all about it. Man, woo.
Yeah. I
The
cannot
trusts
wait.
are beyond.
I cannot wait.
I mean, it's good enough with just the DCFA, but I forgot you on the trust on top of it. Now you got the full generational wealth because whatever you have, you must protect it. And
Right.
most trusts are wrong. So even if you have a trust already, it would behoove you to get these experts to look at it because we found that most people with trust, when they go into court, they still end up in probate. If you end up in probate and you have a
Wrong jurisdiction.
your trust is totally incorrect. The
Yeah.
other thing is if you have a trust and it's a single trust or a guarantor trust, it is incorrect.
Mhm.
You must have, there are specific types of trusts that you must have, and they must be multi-tiered trusts, and they
Yeah.
must be in the proper jurisdiction.
Proper jurisdiction.
If they are not, you will lose everything that you have, even if you have a trust. So if you've already invested in a trust, it's time you definitely need to contact us. You need to definitely text me, call me, whatever. I gave that information at the beginning of this video. But you definitely need to do that. You can hear me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere, but you need to do that. These trusts are dynamic. Uh, they work so well, and our experts actually understand trust inside and out, backwards and forwards, and has helped
Right.
hundreds of people. And his mentor has helped billionaires with this as well. He has as well also. So he was trained working with billionaires and millionaires when it came to developing trust. And our experts, they are clear on this process. Um, and it's just so powerful. And they've helped so many already, even amongst us now that we don't have to spend all that extra money to do it,
Right.
which is
Right.
a blessing. Yeah. So
I think it's exciting the fact that we have access to the same caliber of experts that the billionaires have.
absolutely.
That's what's exciting to me.
That the Bill
Uh,
Gates and the
come
Winfreys,
on now.
all of them that they have, the Carters and all of them have. So we do, and we are blessed to have that. That is outstanding. Yes.
Yes.
So with that, do you have anything else you would like to say before we close down?
Anything that said, and all you're learning, get understanding.
And all
And
you're
even
getting,
though,
wisdom
yeah,
is
and
the
all you're
principal
getting.
thing. Wisdom is the
Yes.
principal thing, but with all you're
Yes.
getting. Get
get
understood.
understanding. Thank you for the correction. But Les Brown shared my cousins. We do some things, and he reminded me of this video that Les Brown, which is a phenomenal motivational speaker, and he talked about the Chinese bamboo tree,
Mm-hmm.
and that I believe it takes 5 years for it to grow to the status that it grows.
Mm-hmm.
But within those 1 to 5 years, you still have to water it every
Correct.
day,
Mm-hmm.
every day in order to accomplish this goal. And so, but people will look at you crazy, wondering, that, that, that tree ain't grown yet
Right.
in 5 years. But once that fifth year comes, it
Mm-hmm.
blossoms and they make bamboo, all kinds of things are created from this bamboo tree, Chinese bamboo tree. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm sharing that to say they're looking at us now like we're crazy. But I am so committed and so excited about this bamboo
Mm-hmm.
that
And
I
that's your
have
tree, the tree you got.
access.
I'm super excited about the tree too, because this tree
Yeah,
is a whole nother level of tree. The
come on now.
bamboo is a beautiful tree. I love it. I like bamboo. But I'm
Yes, me
saying
too.
what we have in our hand, this tree, this is a special tree right here.
Yes, it is.
So
Yes, it
and
is.
so and the power of it is, you know, I'm really sharing this because, you know, I don't have the pressure. And I'm going to be wealthy whether anybody does anything or not. I'm literally sharing right now. Like, I
Yes.
don't really, I mean, I care because I care about my people. I care about people, you know, but I'm going to tell you, it doesn't even matter to me whether you do this or not. I ain't going to lie to you because you're going to end up wealthy. You don't need nobody to do this with you to be wealthy. You know, this service
Yes.
itself makes you wealthy. It's not, and I love what the president of the company said. He said, it's not a possibility whether you'll be wealthy. He said, it's a probability you're going to be wealthy. In other words,
Guaranteed.
all you have to do is follow this simple system and you're going to be wealthy whether you like it or not because it works. It's just that simple. And it's not that they created these systems that work. These systems were already in creation. And then they just brought them to the public that didn't know about it. They brought it to the public. This is
Hmm.
what, in other words, most company owners that are that are in the know, not even regular ones. Self-made millionaires don't usually know what we're talking about. But I'm talking about a person that might have wealthy ancestry. They'll start a business, they'll run their business, and then when the business gets to a certain level, they then take that money and do the things that we're able to do with it. Now they just made it where you can do this with the same amount of money that you might make at a regular job, right? They even said if you got a job, don't quit it. It will fund your future, right?
Yes.
This isn't
Yes.
about recruiting and running around and this and that. This is about you actually following a simple system that is going to give you the highest amount of returns with zero risk, right? Zero risk, not even a little bit, but zero
Yes.
risk, the highest returns that you could ever get out in any form or fashion as far as your retirement and generational wealth is concerned. And if that
Yes.
and that's what every business person is looking for. That's what every person is looking for. So now your family, your children, your future generations never, ever, ever have to work a job. They can
Yes.
actually live wealthy. They can actually be happy. They can actually decide what it is they truly want to do, right?
Yes.
And so, if you love them, it would behoove you to take advantage of it. If you love yourself, it would behoove you to take advantage of it. But if you don't, hey, that's on you. That's on
Yeah.
you.
I,
So,
I want to share something else real quickly because I not only in whatever anyone's faith source is, I believe in a higher power. But one thing that I do thank and praise God for this opportunity is at some point in my life, because of life circumstances that have set me back several times, some self-inflicted and some just life. Um, I was journeying and I was doing this self-reflection that God, I'm gonna have to work until I'm 90 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, you know, and at this point, I guess until April, and I was just thanking God because I've been praying and fasting and asking God, just give me something that will give me not only the hope, but the expectation that don't have to work until I'm 90 years old.
Right. That is, and that's so powerful that you say that because this system is designed. See, remember the public sector, the public sector, that system is designed to make sure that you have to go back to work over and over and over again. I used to always wonder, I've made $1 million before. You know what I'm saying? I've literally, I mean, I made a lot of money in business. And so I'd be wondering, like, why am I starting over again? Right? I watch
Yes.
people who have retired, who are now working at Walmart. You understand?
Yes.
McDonald's. Why are they working? Why are they starting over again like a teenager? You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Why?
Yes.
And the reason being is because everything in this system for the public sector, even when you think you're getting on, for instance, you had an IRA and a 401k. You thought you were winning. Why? Because that's the information that we're given at that state in the public sector. We're given that information. But in the private sector, there's a whole nother set of information that you can't get to unless you're doing at least $300,000. Sometimes you ain't gonna get into it until you're at least $1 million coming in or more, right? Really, it's gonna be more than that because of even the remember we were talking about in the last video that at the last conference that I was at, the guy from Merrill Lynch, he works with people doing 1.5 million dollars or more. I believe it might have been 3 million or more. And he didn't even know the information that you're utilizing now. He had no idea that of a DFCA account. Understood the trust. He didn't have any of that information, right? So I want you to understand this is that there is no reason why we need to why in the world, you know, or excuse me, there's the difference between the public and private sector is vast, right? And we're getting that information now for pennies. It is very important that we do that. I want to come back on one more point. Okay, so you said people look at us like we're dummies, but that's good. See, whenever the average person is doing something, we know it's wrong. Why? Because there's only 1% wealthy. So
Right.
if 99% of the people are looking at you like you're crazy, you're doing something right. Right? And so that's where we want to stay, just like that. And that's why it's so rare because most people are afraid to take risks. They're afraid of chance. But what we're saying is there's no risk here. The only
None.
thing is the hardest thing for a person to do is change. And your mind has been locked into lies, deceits, and all of that. So you walk on the public side. But when you start learning to walk in the private side, that's when life is going to take off. So, with that, I appreciate it, Celia. I will talk
Thank
to you
you.
later. And you
Thank
have,
you, my brother. I
thank you.
appreciate you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.